Hello, faithful viewers. I am Complacent Badger,
I'm Sir Kilo.
and we are back. Blood Bowl, Week 3. The Hills have the ball versus the Stalking Dead.
This should be a pretty interesting game. We watched the last Hills game, and it was a little bit interesting to see how they were able to flip from getting all of their little guys jammed up and not really being able to do anything. Let's see, because they have the first two games, they used the big guy as the ball carrier. Curious to see if they're going to continue with that, in that it wasn't super successful in scoring points.
Mm-hmm.
But now with the Dead team...
Yep, and for the Stalking Dead right now, they're actually down a player. One of their zombies is a merc. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know which one it is. Probably someone on the line. That's where I'd put him.
That's where I'd put him.
Unless I was mistaken. He might have picked up a ghoul, but doesn't look like I'm right. It's okay. But we'll see how this goes. It's a lot of hitting, but fairly resistant team on the receiving end of these hits.
Yeah, that regeneration is going to be a shallow kick. Oh no, sorry, just pause.
They get the ref, yeah. So pretty decent kick. Ghoul's covering the kick right now. Getting set up. He's got an interesting coverage with his ogres. I think I like that, and I might adopt that on my ogre team.
That is a really good idea, because he's covering every space.
Yeah, and
on the line.
Ooh, failed dodge roll.
That's tough.
Yeah.
But he had his cage form, so.
Yeah, I mean, it just sucks that I went for a badly hurt, and that's Blood Bowl.
Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, this ogre coverage, man, that is like, I'm always worried about doing like the one in line for in case somebody blitz me and it opens up my lane. But damn, man, blitzing an ogre, like it's not usually my goal in a Blood Bowl game is to blitz an ogre. I never go into the game doing that, thinking that's gonna happen.
Here's the three things on my list to do: blitz an ogre.
But then we see now the fatal flaw of this maneuver is that if you do anything with any of them, you just opened up a lane. So disregard. I may not adopt this.
Well, it's good because he did a fairly good job of moving.
Yeah, he's clogged it. He's clogged it back up right now, and the Snotlings doing the backfield coverage, which is a really good move. That's usually what I use them for on defense, is just making it impossible for the opponent to move. If the opponent allows me to, because the Titchy, I'll just move them all the way. I'll sacrifice a Snotling or two and just cover the ball carrier and no other players with Snotlings.
Yeah, because they're 40.
They're 20,000.
They're 20,000. So
yeah.
They're cheap.
Yeah.
They're dumb cheap.
Yeah, and then
a good roll at the end of the game can get you 3 of them.
Yep. That was actually a pretty good move, I thought. It's just unfortunate that it didn't work out. The rollout for the pass, he would have been able to go up there. All the ogres are engaged, so then he would have had to just fight off Snotlings, which a group of Snotlings will get you, but they were too far away to actually mob up on him, so he would have got an extra turn with dodging and whatnot. Unfortunate that didn't work, but I don't think that's going to be the end. The failed going for it, he actually re-rolls and succeeds, though, resulting in a defender down, which, by the way, is the only result that would have put him down. Oh, and a dead ghoul.
Dead.
Man, that is... Between the badly hurt, that was bad. That was the only result that would have put him down without putting the ogre down.
That's tough.
Yeah.
And like you said, I think that was a risk worth taking on his part.
Mm-hmm.
Sucks that it didn't work out, but let's see how you recover, because that's in Blood Bowl. Nothing ever goes to plan.
Yep.
Like in the long run, you know, just like kind of everything in life.
Oh, that was not the move. It was a good dodge roll to put the white to mark the ball. You dodge with the ghoul, mark the ball again, and start filling your guys into that side of the field. Don't take the big risk. There was 2 players that you didn't move that were unengaged.
That's critical.
Oh, and then
Badly hurt.
yep, probably wouldn't have blitzed him with that character because he already had a guy adjacent that could have gone throw the hit. But maybe he was worried that that guy was going to bonehead.
Yeah.
But now he's got two ogres on the ball, so this looks like it's a pretty done deal.
Yeah.
For the touchdown.
The
boneheads
goal,
though, that'll change it.
that helps. So the goal of the Stalking Dead should have been mark the ball. The ogres don't have enough agility to pick
6
up
on the
ball
pickup
effectively, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then if you're throwing negative modifiers on it, you can effectively make it impossible for. And now he's just blitzing to hurt somebody because he's frustrated.
Yep. Probably would have marked the ogre. If you mark the ogre with multiple characters, he can't blitz through all of them. And he can only blitz one, so he may have held the touchdown. So he marks him with one player, which because of the standing blitz is not enough. Yeah.
Did he put that? Did he mark that player on him?
No, he did not. No, that's not a mark.
That's the right move. That's the right move.
You think so?
Yeah, because if he
if it's
dodge out.
It doesn't matter. Standing blitz, he pushes him away and then just goes unmolested into the end zone. You had to mark him.
Yeah.
That was the wrong move. If he would have actually just marked him with 3, maybe even.
Yeah, he needed it. He needed an additional guy back there. I was thinking he was going to try to get another guy back there.
No. Yeah, that was two crucial turns right there of mistakes that developed into an ogre touchdown, which is exactly what the Hills Have Eyes, the Hills Have the Ball wanted and needed. So that's that's Leatherface will be level 2 at the end of this one.
That's outstanding. He's got to be happy about that.
Mm-hmm. So let's see if he can make it back. This isn't foregone. I mean, he only has 8 players, so it's pretty bad. Trying to get those zombies out of there. I understand the drive to do that. Yeah, I guess I would. Those zombies are so much more effective just standing there.
Yeah.
I know he's trying to save the guys from getting hit and getting out, and because he needs the players, but.
Well, here's the deal. If you try to dodge 3 players out, that's 3 opportunities for injury.
Mm-hmm.
If you just leave them there, one guy's going to go down.
Yeah.
You know, and that's if the guy doesn't bonehead.
Mm-hmm.
So leave those guys there in case he boneheads, or he'll just stand there and doesn't touch anybody, and then you've got an opportunity later.
Yeah, this is looking bad right now with 8 players against these ogres. He actually has almost as many ogres as the opponent has players. Wow, he actually purchased some bribes before the game. I guess there was enough team value difference.
All right.
And kept his snotling from being ejected after the foul. Dodging out, good. Using that cage to route out, and then blitzing to actually build a new cage around him. This is textbook right here. He's doing a really good job.
That's what you like to see. Use those blitzes.
And there's what you were There's what you were talking about. Honestly, yeah, I think marking these ogres and keeping him there without just giving him free potential armor pen rolls might be the better move with these zombies because they are just agility 2.
I mean, and we made that point last time we made the video for the Hills Have the Ball, their second match. You can stop those ogres by making them dodge.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't take much to stop them from dodging.
Well,
and they can't all blitz, and they're not all gonna play every turn.
Mm-hmm.
And the Stalking Dead has not had an opportunity to deal with the little guys where he's gonna have the opportunity to see that blitz when he lets that guy free and just mighty blow, man.
Yeah,
that's tough. He's not effectively dealing with the threat.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. As long as the ogres are hitting you instead of covering the ball, then they're not a threat. I mean, yeah, they're probably going to be kicking players out left and right, but as long as you're getting touchdowns, that's all that matters. But when you dodge, you're not only giving him a potential armor pen roll, but you're allowing him open for the blitz.
Yep. That's not where I would have blitzed.
No. And now he's retreating. There's probably
There's not enough turns.
Yeah,
To do anything.
yeah, and there's no routes this way, so probably just getting out of there. Honestly, I might have just ran straight back for all that.
Right, because he's still in range.
Yeah. Granted, he has the zombie, but even if he blitzes directly, he's still getting 2 dice. Strength 5 versus 3 and a +1.
Well, the Hills have definitely been lucky where the blitzer hasn't been boneheading.
Yeah.
So that's.
And these on top, not only have the pen rolls been a little over odds, the injury rolls have been definitely over odds.
That's 100% true.
He's almost exclusively injuring him at this point.
Yeah.
Re-rolling, dodge working out for him. That's good. 1 knockout.
Was not worth it. I would have gone for the zombie because dealing with the ball carrier was less odds of
actually putting
doing
him down.
Something bad to him. Yeah.
Yeah.
The ball carrier is ineffective at this point. There's nothing. Now you can use the snotlings to cover safety.
Yeah, I don't know if this zombie was engaged, but you know, though it's a terribly, terribly long shot, if he would have been moving that zombie down pitch for a zombie touchdown, I mean, with all the, you know, gambler's fallacy states that with all this crazy luck that the Hills had, you know, maybe a zombie catch is the way to go.
Yeah, it certainly can't help at this point, or can't hurt at this point, because there isn't enough. Let's see if he does it.
Yeah, get that ball away from that end zone. Yeah, that's
Pass. That's tough.
He went for the long pass. Looks like he went for the white and not the zombie, and that was the -1. Being a long pass.
It still would have been a scattered.
It would have been a scatter pass, but it would have got the ball downfield. Not that that's a huge deal, but it would have got there if he wouldn't have gone for the long pass and just thrown it at the zombie.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I would have done. But then again, the zombie had already hit and then stood still, so he wasn't.
Oh, the white couldn't move either. He'd already moved downfield that turn. It was just about getting the ball out of there, and the fumbled pass is the only thing that keeps the ball from going forward. But once again, we're talking about the difference of that ball standing there and getting nothing done to it, and the ball being over here and getting nothing done to it.
Yeah. And it didn't matter one way or another because it was the end of the half.
Yep.
So now the Hills are getting the ball. Let's see what they do.
The Hills do have the ball.
Or will momentarily.
Yeah. So 6 on what appears to be a full pitch. Ogre to get the ball.
Still using that strategy. If you're happy with it, keep working it. But
well, and also at this point, he almost has as many ogres as the opponent has players, so it actually doesn't sound like a bad idea at this point.
Yeah. But his priority has to be on top of. I mean, you're not going to level the snotlings unless you get them the ball, and you know you're just hoping for star player points at this point. If you're not letting them have the ball to get a touchdown. Now your ogres, you can hit people and get star player points. So
that's one of those things. Is snotlings, especially with what they have available, snotlings are about as good as they're going to get.
Yeah.
Anything else is going to start doubling and tripling their cost on your team. So really, leveling snotlings is not the best thing.
Yeah. That's true, because a basic skill increase, a level increase is
20,000. Yeah, double. So, just getting an agility skill actually boosts them double their worth, and it doesn't do much. Agility, with all the abilities that they have, agility abilities don't do much for them because they have all the best ones: dodge, sidestep. I mean, I can't really think of anything that I would give. Maybe sure feet, just so that they have extra movement.
True. Get a pickup like a sure hands.
That's general. They can't take. They can't take it.
Good point. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's an interesting way to think about that.
Yeah. So the failed pickup, but you know that's
standard.
DOS Ogre 4+.
Now, what's a good way to increase your chances of picking up that ball?
Uh, I would say make a snotling do it and just hand it to the ogre. If you do that, it's the same odds, but at least the ball's in your hands, and it's easier to get it initially up into your hands, because a snotling picks up the ball on a 3+.
Fair play.
And if you just do a handoff, it's the same roll. Once again, a 4+. But once again, the snotling can actually move it downfield, potentially get it to one of these players who still don't have enough to level. Right now you have no movement whatsoever, and that's keeping you static.
And you have the ball all by itself in the backfield, right?
Yeah, I mean, he has the ogre next to it, so it's, I mean, by itself is pretty relative, but
Right.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's not being cradled. I get it.
Right. And there aren't too many players that can get back there immediately. So.
Yeah, no, everybody's engaged. He's got 4 Stalking Dead have 4 players remaining, so 2 of which are zombies that aren't going to go anywhere. Snotling's keeping the whites down, or white rather. Oof. Oh, badly hurt.
Badly hurt.
Picks up the ball on a reroll. No rerolls left though, so Boneheads could keep this touchdown from happening.
Right, but you're not. I don't know if you're going to reroll a Bonehead all that often.
Well, I mean, yeah. So gets through that snotling. KOs, no injury though. Yeah. I guess there's no real reason not to throw dice at those ogres except for the loss of zombies, but...
Right. At a certain point, you have to play the game with what you've got. You know?
Well, if you would have kept that zombie there... Yeah, if you would have kept that zombie there, though, that white would have been open for another blitz on snotlings. He could at least be earning star player points if he wasn't going for that.
Right. This is not a fun way to play a Blood Bowl game.
Yeah.
All of your players off the pitch.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things that it was just like 2 or 3 mistakes that just sent this careening. And, you know, this is a team that can do that to you. If you give them the opportunity to hit you, they will do it.
Yeah, repeatedly.
Yeah, and the white just fleeing. There's no... I mean... I might actually be going for the blitzes against the snotling again, just for star player points, but...
Just curl up into a ball when...
He actually just moved one space and didn't even try to get away.
Yep.
Ugh. So he's got 1 player remaining on the pitch. Blitz, white does not go down.
Yeah. At this point, he's just hoping for Bonehead after Bonehead.
Yeah, now he actually gets away so that the guy has to go for it to get away from... or to get him, rather. Actually going for the blitz first. Funny. Ogre eats the ball. Go through a lot of balls.
Well,
that snotling's never coming back, apparently.
He quit.
That box is bad.
Yeah.
So 2 whites, 2 zombies. So now more ogres than the Stalking Dead have players. Opted not put in the middle to get star player points for just passing back and forth. Interesting. Yeah, I guess he just kind of gave up at that point, putting the character all the way on the right.
That is a lot of players coming for that ball, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Not nearly enough on the side of good. We'll take it as the being on offense.
I feel like honestly the best move is to grab the ball, stand in your own end zone, and put both players like next to each other, so that if they hit you, you go out of bounds with the ball.
Right.
It'll at least prevent the 3rd touchdown, but then again, you know, the game's over. He's got no more turns, so no chance of touchdown.
Yeah. Blitz with the ball carrier, blitz with the ball carrier, blitz with the ball carrier.
Yeah. No, he just ended. He was like, I'm done.
No. Yeah.
I honestly have nothing. that game was pretty obvious what happened. I guess the only thing I have for the Stalking Dead is don't, especially with an Agility 3 character. I mean, you do have the reroll, so with an Agility 3 character with a -1 modifier, it does come out to be a 50-50 chance of picking the ball up. I wouldn't have gone for that. I would have gone for the safe bet, cover the ball, bring more guys over, and get ready to take the ball and take it downfield after that failed catch. But other than that, we talked about to a pretty good extent about the dodging, so with the zombies and whatnot. So probably don't do that.
Yeah, I guess that's really the main thing with this game was the waterfall effect was very pronounced, where it went bad and then it went really bad and then it kept getting worse and worse. So that's tough. That's a tough place to be, but that one decision, so that's we say, making your opponent make the bad decision. That would have been an opportunity to make your opponent make the bad decision. Try to pick up with 2 negative modifiers with an Agility 2 Ogre. Who could have boneheaded anyways and just given you the ball.
Yep.
So, but other than that, Ogre, good job of just keeping the pressure on, making good decisions, not making mistakes and keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, it was a fairly flawless game for the Hills of the Ball. I can't really think of anything that they messed up on, but they weren't really given opportunity to mess up either.
Yeah, it was a landslide victory.
Yep.
Right.
Good game, and hope the Stalking Dead come back, get back to this next week.
Good stuff.
All right. See you guys later.
Cheers.